In the beginning, there was chaos, the vast and dark void. From chaos emerged Gaia, the earth, with her solid mountains and expansive seas, giving life to the universe.
So, everything started from nothing?
Exactly, Olivia. From nothing came everything. The Titans, the first gods, were born from Gaia. They were incredible beings of immense power.
Titans, like the ones in those epic movies?
Oh, much more epic. They ruled during the Golden Age, a time of prosperity and peace. But as we know, power can lead to disagreements.
Let me guess, family drama?
The biggest, Cronus, the youngest Titan, overthrew his father Uranus to become the ruler. But Cronus learned that one of his children would do the same to him.
Talk about trust issues in the family.
Indeed. To prevent this, Cronus swallowed his children, but his wife, Rhea, saved the youngest, Zeus, who eventually fulfilled the prophecy.
Zeus, the lightning guy. But wait, swallowed his own children? That's intense.
Mythology doesn't shy away from the dramatic. And speaking of drama, Zeus's rebellion against Cronus was the spark that ignited a war that would change everything.
A war? This is getting good. What happened next?
That, my curious friend, is a story for the next chapter. The rise of the Olympians and the fall of the Titans. After Zeus grew up, hidden away from his ravenous father, he returned to challenge Cronus and free his siblings from their digestive prison.
Digestive prison? That's one way to put it.
Zeus was cunning. He tricked Cronus into drinking a potion prepared by Metis, which caused him to vomit his immortal children.
But also, yay?
A big yay for the future Olympians. They were grateful to Zeus and rallied behind him. Thus began the Titanomachy, the great war between the Titans and the Olympians.
An all-out divine war? That must have been a sight to behold.
10 years of epic battles, Olivia. The earth shook, the seas boiled, and the sky thundered. Finally, the Olympians emerged victorious.
So, Zeus and his siblings took over?
They did. Zeus became the king of the gods, and the Olympians ruled from Mount Olympus. Each god had their domain, reflecting their powers and personalities.
And what about the Titans?
The defeated Titans were cast into Tartarus, a deep abyss used as a dungeon, except for a few, like Prometheus, who sided with Zeus.
Prometheus, the one who gave fire to humans, right?
Correct. His story is another fascinating tale of rebellion and punishment, but that's for later. For now, the stage is set for the Olympians to weave their own stories into the tapestry of mythology.
I can't wait to hear more. These myths are like the ultimate family drama series.
And we're just getting started. Next up, we'll dive into the intriguing lives of these divine beings and their adventures. Mount Olympus, home to the gods, was a place of divine drama and intrigue. Here, the Olympians lived, loved, and often quarreled.
Sounds like Olympus was the original reality TV show.
In a way, yes. Let's start with Zeus, the king. His lightning bolt wasn't just for show. It was a symbol of his power and authority.
And he wasn't exactly faithful, was he?
Understatement of the millennium. Zeus had numerous affairs, resulting in a pantheon of godly and heroic offspring.
That must have caused some tension.
Oh, it did. Hera, his wife, was not amused. Her jealousy led to many myths where she pursued Zeus's lovers with a vengeance.
Yikes. What about the other gods?
Each had their own tales. Poseidon, god of the sea, wielded his trident to stir storms and calm waves. He was as temperamental as the ocean.
And didn't he also have a thing for horses?
Indeed, he created the first horse as a gift. Now, Athena, goddess of wisdom, sprang fully armored from Zeus's head after he swallowed her pregnant mother.
Wait, another child-eating story?
A recurring theme, but this time with a happier outcome. Athena became a patron of heroes and a symbol of rational strategy.
These gods are wild. What about Aphrodite?
Aphrodite, born from the sea foam, was the goddess of love and beauty. Her influence was such that even the gods were not immune to her charms.
Love and beauty seem like nice domains to have.
They are, but they also led to the Trojan War, one of the most epic tales of Greek mythology. But that's a story for another chapter.
I'm sensing a pattern here. The gods' actions had huge impacts on mortals, right?
Precisely. Their decisions and disputes often played out on the mortal plane, influencing heroes' fates and the course of entire cities.
It's fascinating how their stories are intertwined with human history.
Mythology reflects human nature, magnified through the lens of the divine. Next, we'll explore the heroes and their legendary quests. The heroes of Greek mythology, Olivia, were as complex as the gods themselves. Their quests shaped the landscape of ancient tales.
I bet they didn't just go on simple errands.
Far from it. Take Heracles, known for his incredible strength and the famous 12 labors he had to complete.
12 labors? That sounds like a lot of work.
It was a Herculean task, quite literally. He faced monstrous creatures like the Nemean lion and the Hydra.
And what about other heroes? Were they as strong as Heracles?
Strength came in many forms. There was Odysseus, whose cleverness was his greatest asset. His journey home from the Trojan War, the Odyssey, is legendary.
Oh, the guy with the wooden horse trick.
The very same. His wits saved him and his crew more than once. But not all heroes were celebrated for their brawn or brains alone.
Do tell.
Perseus, for example, was known for his bravery and noble quests, like slaying Medusa, the Gorgon with snakes for hair.
Didn't looking at her turn you to stone?
Exactly. Perseus used a mirrored shield to avoid her gaze and behead her. Then there's Theseus, who navigated the labyrinth to defeat the Minotaur.
A maze and a half-bull, half-man monster? Greek myths really have it all.
They do, and it's not just about the monsters they faced, but the values they embodied: courage, honor, and sacrifice.
Values that are still important today.
Indeed, the heroes' stories are timeless, teaching us about the human spirit's resilience and ingenuity.
I'm loving these tales, Noah. What's next?
Next, we'll explore the tragic tales and the lessons they impart. Ready for some heart-wrenching stories? Greek mythology is filled with stories that tug at the heartstrings. These tragic tales often carry profound lessons.
I have my tissues ready. What's the first story?
Let's talk about Orpheus, the musician whose melodies could soothe beasts and even move stones.
Sounds like a hit on the charts.
He was, but his greatest challenge came when he tried to retrieve his wife, Eurydice, from the underworld.
That doesn't sound like it ends well.
Tragically, it doesn't. He almost succeeded, but at the last moment, he looked back and she was lost to him forever.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
It is. And then there's the story of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun with wings made of wax.
A classic tale of hubris.
Indeed. His fall teaches us about the dangers of overambition. But not all lessons were about personal failings.
Really?
Take the tale of Antigone, who defied a king's decree to honor her brother's memory. Her story is a testament to the strength of familial bonds and moral conviction.
These stories, they're not just myths, are they? They're reflections of our own lives.
Precisely. They resonate because they reflect the human condition, our virtues, and our vices.
It's amazing how stories from so long ago can still be so relevant.
Timeless, indeed. Next, we'll explore the end of the Mythic Age and the transition to the era of heroes and mortals. As the Mythic Age drew to a close, the gods receded into the heavens, and the Age of Heroes began.
So, the gods just left?
Not exactly. They still intervened in mortal affairs, but it was the time for heroes to shape their own destinies.
Kind of like passing the torch?
Precisely. This era was marked by legendary events like the Trojan War, where heroes' valor and tragedy were on full display.
The war with the famous Trojan horse, right?
Yes, the very same. Crafted by the cunning Odysseus, it was the ultimate ruse that led to Troy's downfall.
I guess that's where the saying, "Beware of Greeks bearing gifts," comes from.
Indeed. The fall of Troy marked the end of an era and the beginning of a new chapter in human history.
It's like the end of an epic movie.
And every ending is a new beginning. The tales of gods and heroes gave way to the stories of kings and empires.
So, what happened to all the heroes?
Their legacies lived on through their deeds and the lessons they left behind. They inspired generations to come.
And the gods?
They became symbols of the forces of nature and human emotion, forever etched in the collective memory of civilization.
It's incredible how these myths have survived through the ages.
They've been passed down through oral traditions, literature, and now, digital media. They continue to inspire and teach us.
I've learned so much. Thanks, Noah, for this mythological journey.
The pleasure was all mine. Remember, the power of these stories lies in their ability to evolve with us, reflecting our past and our potential future.